Hey there guys, so I'm back with another review of Series 2 of Dino Episode 12, Ultimate Mystery. And I've been waiting for this for a while. I've been hearing a lot of great things of what they're doing with like the rest of Series 2 and what they're going to do with Cosmic Fury. But also, like, I just really enjoyed this show. So I live in the UK and it's not on Netflix yet. It's going to be on Netflix on the 29th. It's not official yet if this is going to be released on the UK Netflix, because the US and the UK Netflix are completely different. You might as well just call it a different streaming service because they have so many different shows. Anyway, so I watched it on Pop, which is a kids channel. And my gripe with that is not really down to the whole break in the middle because I just forwarded it, but it's more down to the fact during that episode there were a couple of times where it was in slow motion for like 3 seconds and it picks straight up, which I just really frustratingly to watch. But anyway, the Ultimate Mystery episode. The best way to describe this episode, if it weren't for like the cool references and the Commander Shaw cameo and the whole, there's some really good setup that sets up some nice stuff for future storylines that we will see in the foreseeable future, this episode would have been like a 1 out of 5. It is so bad. It is a dumb filler episode. I mean, this is a complete disaster. If it weren't for the stuff I just mentioned, the stuff I don't like in this episode, of course, is it's just the whole Bigfoot mystery was padded as hell. It didn't need to be there. You could have just took that out and like worked on other stuff with like Lowthorn. I mean, Lowthorn is just wasted. Let's get that out of the way. The design wise, I love the design. But everything else about Lowthorn, basically he is the nephew of Lokar. You know, the big head from Mighty Morphin Island of Illusions, who was only in that like 2-episode parter. This is just terrible. For one, I don't like how it was portrayed. He doesn't like insults. I thought he was going to be like the toughest villain to beat in Power Rangers, like for the Dino Fury Rangers. I was expecting that, but no, it only took like a really quick Megazord battle. On ground, the Rangers were struggling, but when it got to the Megazord battle, like they just summoned their best Megazord. That was it. I mean, they just sent him to space. That was it. And I mean, the fact is, I felt like I was watching Super Mega Force again. That's how bad it was, because I felt like the way he says, "I'm the nephew of Lokar," and the Rangers just didn't care. They didn't. It wasn't like, "Oh, how do we beat this guy? Let's go back to headquarters and research that so we can watch some old footage." No, nothing really happened with that. I mean, if the Rangers don't care, I don't care. I mean, you were better off with like making it like an original villain. Don't make it relate to like what Sentai did. Just do its own thing, kind of like what Dino Charge did with Snide. I mean, in the Sentai counterpart, it is a hybrid version of Cell Tracks. With this, what about make him like Lokar? You could have made like with this, make him a hybrid version of Lokar, like Lokar Maximus, like they did with Goldar. But yeah, that was just wasted, honestly. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of stuff I just didn't like. I mean, the Rangers didn't really do much in this episode apart from fight. But let's get to the stuff I really enjoyed in this episode. Of course, I kind of like the subtle references. I like the one when like Lothar is in space and I can see Angel Grove from here, and I thought, yeah, okay, I'll let you off. That was a nice reference. I mean, Angel Grove isn't mentioned all that much anymore. The whole Grid Battle Force is under attack, and we do get to see the Beast Morphers Rangers, even though it's like Sentai footage, but we get to see a nice cameo of Commander Shaw, which was nice. I mean, this episode is basically the closest thing we'll ever get to a Beast Morphers and Dino Fury team up because of like what COVID did to the production. But I'm hopefully, maybe fingers crossed, if we're getting a third series, we could be getting a Beast Morphers team up. I'm just saying. But that was pretty cool. I like of course, the way this episode sets up, of course, this whole Amelia's parents lost in a fire and Papa doesn't want to talk about that. And you know what? That was a really nice scene. I'm not gonna lie. I think that scene kind of saved most of the episode. And of course, Lord Zed is back and he gets Scruzzle. And of course, we know why we get Scruzzle, because he knows where his staff is. So there's some really nice setup here and there. But overall, it's a terrible episode, but with some good stuff. So I'm gonna give this episode like a 2.5. Nah, 2.5 is too high. I'm gonna give it a 2.2 out of 5. I mean, yeah, it's probably one of the worst episodes of Dino Fury, but it has some really cool stuff that saves it from being like a 1 out of 5. But